Is going to get windy tomorrow.
Which increases the fire danger exponentially.
Matter of fact, we've got red flag warnings, which is a combination of the wind, the low humidity, and we've got a storm. It's just dry. That's the only thing. So here's what we got going on. A lot happening out there, as you can see on the screen. Let's break it down for you and show you. Obviously, the north, we're going to see some gusty winds here. So we've got wind advisories through tomorrow. Gusts could reach as high as 50, even 60 miles per hour. Back off towards the northeast, high wind warnings here. The difference between a warning and advisory, warnings have a tendency of being a little bit stronger in the wind category. Advisories, not quite as strong, but that's not to say that you don't need to be concerned, because you definitely do. We've got wind advisories for central sections. And down to the south, we've got high wind watches through Thursday, actually, here. So tomorrow and Thursday, we're going to be dealing with some very gusty winds, and I think gusts could reach as high as 60 miles per hour. So temperatures right now, you wouldn't even know that this storm is knocking on our doorstep. Very pleasant out there, 60s, 70s, even nearing 80 degrees off towards Deming, and wind speeds, for the most part, pretty light, with the exception of Raton in Las Vegas. We're up around 20, 22 miles per hour. So here's our nimicing storm as it rolls towards us, and it is going to bring some cloud cover with it. But notice the track. Already it's tracking off to our north, so that's where it's going to stay. That's where that moisture is going to stay as well. As much moisture as you can get over the Colorado Rockies, back off into Utah as well. So it's really going to squeeze a lot of that moisture out here into Nevada and back off into Idaho and, of course, the coast. But by the time it gets here, there's really not much left in the form of moisture. So what we're going to see, very gusty winds out of the west and southwest, and temperatures will be cooler, sharply cooler in some locations for Thursday. So here's your storm report. Right now, the storm is over the Pacific. We're expecting this storm to move on Wednesday into Thursday. Very strong winds with this. Matter of fact, gusts in the Sacramentos and areas off towards the east could reach as high as 70 miles per hour. So this storm is not to be taken lightly. Also, cooler temperatures by Thursday and the potential for some spot showers, especially often in the northeast and in the Sangre de Cristos. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. Now, we have a 15% bust potential chance on this, which means pretty much you can count that this storm is going to produce. Very gusty winds for tomorrow afternoon. We'll count on those sustained around 40 up in the Sangre de Cristos and back towards the west, as high as 40 miles per hour. And then we really start to get things going beginning early Thursday morning down here in the south, 44 sustained. And then as we head into Thursday afternoon, that's when we could see those sustained winds around 40 and gusts up towards around 70 miles per hour. So definitely we're going to be watching the winds very closely over the next couple of days. Again, the northwest, this is where you're probably going to see those winds start to really crank up. Gusts could reach as high as 50, even 60 miles per hour. The 7-day forecast, Durango and Farmington will keep those winds through Thursday. Friday will back them off a bit and bring in that chance of showers. Very slight chance, by the way. In the southwest, we've got gusts of 50. Highs will be in the 70s and 80s. Needless to say, the southeast, this could be a very dangerous area tomorrow night and into Thursday, with those gusts reaching as high as 70 miles per hour, especially around the Sacramentos, right along the east slopes. Highs tomorrow, though, notice we'll be up in the 80s and 90s, but pretty much the winds are going to cancel things out and make things quite miserable. So the winds will be with us tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. Same goes for the northeast. We'll be dealing with winds. And then towards Thursday, we'll see a slight chance of a few showers up here, and we could even drop temperatures to see some snow flurries around Red River and Angel Fire, rather. Highs will be in the 60s. Again, those winds are going to be a bit of a problem. Gusts as high as 45 miles per hour. Winds will stick around at least through Thursday and perhaps into Friday. Then the East Mountains, same deal here. Highs in the 70s to near 80 degrees. Gusts as high as 50. And there's your metro area forecast. Highs tomorrow will be in the 80s, but again, the winds are going to be a bit nasty. They'll be with us through Thursday and potentially into early Friday, and those temperatures will begin to plummet as well by as much as 15 degrees. But do not take the storm lightly, even though it's not going to produce strong thunderstorms. It's going to bring in some very gusty winds and in some cases dangerous winds.
All right. Thank you, Travis. The Albuquerque Isotopes